Hi guys, Don Rice here. It's been a little while since I've done an episode of the Zeroli Corsair. I've been playing around up around the nose for, I don't know, the last month or so, and I finally gotten to the point where my cowl flaps are starting to look like they might get operational. So each one of these little flappy doodads has a little piano hinge on it, and I was just stringing the piano hinge wire. So there's a piece of piano wire. I think this is, I don't know, it's like 24 thousandths or something piano wire, and I have a single piece strung all the way through all the various pieces here. And the way these work is, on a Corsair, every other flap is half the size of the ones on either side of it. And the little flaps, like this one, have well, I've put these little wings on there. These are 10 thousandths G10, and those push against the flaps next to it, so you can see it like that. Okay, and so I've spent the last, I want to say, about 10 hours adding fiberglass cloth over the hinge lines and over these pieces of yellow nylon here in order to lock everything down. That was last night, and a few hours today, sanding them down and blending them a little bit. If all of this works, I'll end up shooting primer on here and see just how ugly they are. I don't know how much further I'll take it, but I wanted to smooth them out a little bit. So I just got done stringing the hinge wire, and I was going to get started here on the opening and closing wire. And so this is some Sullivan braided cable. I want to say this is 063, and it gets braided through all of, oops, all of the little pieces of yellow nylon that have been installed on these flaps. And hopefully, there's been a lot of fidgeting, fiddling with the hinges and the hinge lines, trying to get, if you look at one of these things, you know that when they're in this is basically the closed position, there's a little bit of a gap there. But as these open, that leading edge has to fold underneath this lip right here. And you know, if I was smarter and I knew how to do hinges better and stuff, I might be able to figure out how to avoid that. But there's been a lot of time spent putting a chamfer on the inside lip of the cowl so that there's clearance there, and just general dicking around for the last week getting that stuff set. And this is I just finished putting getting everything glassed and sanded, so hopefully I'll be able to operate this kind of like the servos will eventually, and it'll be easier than the last time I tried it, which wasn't easy at all, because ultimately it's just two little servos that are going to push these flaps open. Theoretically. Alright, just two more here. Cross your fingers. The goldenrod, the braided wire, is actually feeding through. This is leftover piano wire. I haven't cut it to length yet because I got too excited about wanting to see if the damn thing would work. The goldenrod is actually fitting through all the nylon quite a bit easier than it did last time, but that might be because part of all the cleanup work in the last, I don't know, 24 hours or so has been in and around all these little yellow nylon pieces and removing excess glue here and there, and just smoothing things out in general. So okay. So, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? Alright, we're going to give it a shot here. Here we go. They are in the more or less closed position at the moment. Hysterical laughter from the mad scientist. Alright. That is cool, and it moves really easy. I'm not applying a great deal of torque here to get these things to open up. That's great. Okay, well, next up is servo mounting and get these things connected up. So later.